Good morning, North Texas. Thanks for waking up with us here on Daybreak. I'm Dia Wall.
And I'm Matt Howerton. It's Thursday, March 26th. We have a lot of news to get to, but first we do have a traffic alert. Let's get straight out to Erica Lopez.
You're exactly right, Matt and Dia. Thank you so much. Right now we have issued that traffic impact alert for this Dallas County crash that we're following on southbound 67. We can see here at Hampton, everyone is being detoured off. The crash is reported at Brook Valley. That's another exit where we have that full closure right now. So folks are being fully detoured off at a couple spots along southbound 67. Unfortunately, I just skipped the camera that I wanted to show you, but I'll take you over to what we're seeing on the big map this morning, where we're seeing a lot of green elsewhere. So really, this is just the one big thing that I want to warn you of. Southbound 67 and Brook Valley, where we've got that full closure. I'll show you the camera in a moment. As far as a workaround goes, you're planning out your commute right now as you're still at home. 35E southbound in the green and open. 342 is also going to be a good option. And I got us over to that additional camera here at Brook Valley showing that full closure, again, where everyone is still being detoured off. We'll work to make some calls and figure out when things may reopen here, but we do want to get a check on the forecast today with Greg Fields. It's going to be toasty.
It is going to be warming up out there, so that's one of the things you need to know. We'll talk more about that for you coming up. Strong cold front, though, blows in on Friday, so that will bring those temperatures down. Some strong north winds we'll be talking about for tomorrow, so that will mean a cooler start to your upcoming weekend. Quick warm-up, though, begins on Sunday, so that the cool snap won't last long across North Texas to begin the weekend. But here's what it looks like now. You see those low clouds rolling into the area already this morning. These will be thickening up, so we'll have some partly to mostly cloudy skies here before we clear out again later today. But 66 degrees right now. And you can see those winds, they're gusting up over 20 miles per hour, so it is going to be a breezy start and gets kind of windy as we go through the day today. But everyone in the upper 60s now, heading out to McKinney at 66, along with Greenville and Terrell, 65 as we come out to watch the Hatchie. So maybe a light jacket for the kids heading out to the bus stop this morning, but they won't need that for long as we head toward noontime. Again, partly to mostly cloudy. We'll be looking at some upper 70s, but on our way to a daytime high. Upper 80s today. We'll be around 87 around 4 p.m. Could get up to around 88 to 89, close to that record high later today. So we'll talk more about that for you coming up and the weekend forecast here in just a bit.
All right. Thank you so much, Greg. You know, it's not really a news flash. Life isn't cheap right now. So many households are struggling with high fuel and grocery prices. And for parents paying for childcare, the pinch is even harder.
One local school district is considering a big step to help. Natalie Haddad is in the newsroom with what could be, Natalie, major relief for thousands of families, something you and I have both been through ourselves.
Absolutely. Dallas ISD leaders want to expand free full-day pre-K to every 3- and 4-year-old living within the district, a move that could certainly boost enrollment and ease the financial burden for many families. Right now, free pre-K is limited at Dallas ISD to low-income and active duty military families, students learning English, those experiencing homelessness or in the foster care system, and children of Dallas ISD teachers. But tonight at 6, Dallas ISD is expected to vote on opening free pre-K to all 3- and 4-year-olds, again, within DISD's boundaries. District leaders say they will not need to hire more teachers and that they have the building capacity to serve more preschoolers than that currently attend. Right now, more than 11,000 kids are enrolled, and of that, 267 families do not qualify for free pre-K, and they are paying a roughly $5,500 annual tuition. Now, outside of this, we took a look at an analysis from Tutris, which shows childcare in DFW can reach up to $2,600 a month. So if this passes, free pre-K in Dallas ISD could quickly become a hot commodity for families across North Texas. Dia.
You know, Natalie, is the district expecting high demand for the program? I can only imagine what that would have done for me when I was in that phase.
I know it, and I'm thinking of myself here in the next year or two with my toddler, but I believe it's fair to say that they are certainly expecting the demand. District officials said during a March 12th meeting that every year they have many open seats available in their pre-K programs, and that while it is possible that if the demand is too high that all seats would be taken, officials did say they fully intend to find room for each student who wants to be in DISD pre-K. I'll send it over to you, Matt.
All right. Thank you so much, Natalie. Looking at that vote later today, we'll be paying attention to it, give you the news if it does pass. Overnight, Iran launched new strikes across the Middle East. This is the aftermath after a missile hit an Israeli city north of Tel Aviv. Meanwhile, there are conflicting claims about talks to end this war.
Iranian leaders rejected a 15-point plan from the U.S. and laid out its own demands. Here's ABC's Sophie Flay.
This morning, some Republicans venting their frustration with the Trump administration after a classified briefing on the war in Iran. They claim Pentagon officials would not provide details on when or how ground troops might be used and what the war has cost so far. Our Rachel Scott is on Capitol Hill.
The top Republican on the House Armed Services Committee telling reporters we want to know more about what's going on, what the options are, and why they're being considered, saying we're just not getting enough answers to those questions.
Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace saying the justifications presented to the American public for the war in Iran were not the same military objectives we were briefed on. The longer this war continues, the faster it will lose the support of Congress and the American people. A new poll shows 34% of voters approve of how President Trump is handling Iran. 59% disapprove. Trump last night insisted Iran is negotiating even after it publicly rejected his 15-point peace proposal.
They want to make a deal so badly.
Central Command says U.S. forces have now hit 10,000 targets in Iran, destroying nearly all of its largest Navy ships.
We've damaged or destroyed over 2/3 of Iran's missile, drone, and naval production facilities and shipyards, and we're not done yet.
But Iran says the Strait of Hormuz, the key shipping route for oil and gas, remains closed to enemy ships, fueling growing concern about long-term prices. The Postal Service, for the first time, now plans to impose an 8% fuel surcharge on packages, possibly beginning next month. Diesel prices are up 40% since the war began. Some truckers delivering everything from lumber to machinery to gardening supplies are now charging up to 40 cents more per mile. One analyst calls it an off-the-charts increase. Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
And this morning, we are working to learn more about a shooting that sent a young girl to the hospital. Police say it happened near Bachmann Lake Park. It's pretty close to Love Field. Just after 4 Wednesday afternoon, witnesses say they heard a loud pop, then saw several kids running from a van. One girl was taken to the hospital in critical condition.
The kiddos jumped out of the van and went running, and then we knew that it was tragedy.
It's gut punching, like, you know, 1 minute you're just walking at the park and next you see ambulance and it's a kid being taken out.
And no arrests so far this morning, and police have not said what led up to the shooting either.
Let's get you 3 things you need to know on this Thursday morning. A California jury found Meta and YouTube liable on all counts in a trial over mental health. A 20-year-old woman claimed their platforms led her to develop anxiety, body dysmorphia, and suicidal thoughts. The court ordered the companies to pay a combined $3 million. This decision could set a precedent for hundreds of other cases that are working their way through the courts right now. Earlier this week, Meta was found liable in New Mexico in a case over child sexual exploitation on its platforms. A longtime Dallas furniture store is closing its doors after nearly 80 years. Weir's Furniture says it's closing all of its stores once all of the merchandise is sold. The company's board of directors determined it could not operate sustainably after reviewing its long-term financial position, difficult market conditions, and operational challenges. A closing sale starts today. The Dallas Mavericks could soon have some new competition. The NBA Board of Governors has voted to approve the option, keyword option, to explore new franchises in Las Vegas and Seattle. Commissioner Adam Silver says the board will make a decision by the end of the year. Now, if it happens, those teams could start playing in the 2028-2029 season at the earliest.
Bring the Sonics back. I think Seattle would love that. All right, time right now, 5:39 this Thursday morning. The Union for TSA agents is sounding off this morning as a partial government shutdown stretches on. Coming up at 6, the new plan to send agents from North Texas to another part of the state. You can probably guess where if you've been watching us on Daybreak all week, as it deals with incredibly long lines.
Plus, a hit ABC show is losing 2 of its stars. The actors leaving Grey's Anatomy at the end of the season.
And we're going back to Hogwarts. Our first look at HBO's new Harry Potter TV series. That's next in entertainment.
And taking you out to Clyde Warren Park here this morning, 68 degrees. Those winds, they're a little gusty. It's warm out there. Those winds gusting to 20 miles per hour. If you're getting out to walk the dog here this morning, go ahead and grab the leash, giving you that green paw here this morning. Those temperatures in the upper 60s now. We are really warming up today. We'll have that forecast for you coming up.
And this morning, south of the downtown Dallas area, we are still following a full closure of southbound 67 here at Brook Valley, as you maybe planned your commute into the Duncanville area. I'm going to help you get around this coming up in my 4 report.
And as we go to break, here's an exclusive shopping deal for our Daybreak viewers.